Hey, how's it going, guys? Today's video is going to be on things that the narcissist does not want you to know, definitely don't want you to figure out. Okay, first, I want you guys to go down and hit that subscribe button. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'd like to welcome you. Everybody else, thank you for being supportive. And so, to the topic, things that narcissists don't want you to know or figure out. One thing that narcissist doesn't want you to know is that they are fully aware of exactly how bad they're treating you. A lot of times when you're dealing with a narcissist or a manipulative person, we tend to get into a mental place where you make excuses for their behavior. They don't really make excuses for their behavior. They're giving you an excuse when they met you that they had this, issue going on in childhood. So you feel sorry for them. That is by design. Every narcissist has that story. Who knew? So it's always going to be, my childhood, because you have to have the frame of mind of feeling sorry for somebody in order to allow them to torture you. Now, let's stop making excuses and reasons for them to be able to do that. So, and they know what they're doing. They know what they are doing, because if you take notice, excuse me, a narcissist will treat you one way in public, in front of family, friends, relatives, excuse me, what have you. And to everybody, the narcissist is this cool, really cool guy, cool, laid-back female, whatever. That's for when you guys are out and people can see, and because they know that they're being watched, so they're on their best behavior. Those are the best times. See, you have times like that when the narcissist has the mask on. That's what makes you think, okay, they're really not this crazy person. But the moment you guys get home, right back to crazy town, right back to the craziness. A lot of times on the way home, on the ride home, something has to be said. It has to get kicked off. But the point that I'm getting at is that the narcissist knows what they're doing. They know how to treat you in front of other people. Then they go back to when you guys get alone, you're back in the torture chamber. And see, if they did not know what they were doing, then they would be consistent in the behavior at all times. They wouldn't have to use a mask. They wouldn't have to put the mask on. It would just be out in front of everybody, they'd act crazy. When they get behind the scenes, they'd act crazy. It would be normal for them at that point. So that's one of the things that they don't want you to know. Another one is their smear campaign. One of the things that they don't want you to know about controlling the smear campaign is that the only way that you can actually control it is by not participating in it. That's right. If you participate in the smear campaign, you lose. The narcissist has already pre-programmed everybody to think they're this wonderful, kind, loving person. They are as pure as the driven snow. They are an angel, and you are the nemesis. So when you go to try to smear what they've already created, you become the bad guy, the bad lady. The only way you can control it is to not address it. Don't address it. Never address their smear campaign. Now, if people ask you directly, I would say, depending on who it is, you can defend yourself if it's just with a person. But you know how the smear campaign goes nowadays. They're going to go on social media. They're going to tell everybody all kinds of stuff. Everybody thought that you guys had this one relationship, this certain kind of relationship that was so happy and so this and that. And then they're going to go on social media and tell everybody that you were this monster, that you were a liar, that you were a dog cheater, you were controlling, you are a thief, you're vicious, you're going to be everything that they were. Everything that they have been to you is what you're going to be. You cannot defend yourself against that kind of stuff. And I know how it is when somebody is lying on you and you want to defend yourself, but the narcissist knows that. They know that when they get on that internet and start lying on you, you're going to have to defend yourself. They know it. Remember, that's how they pull you right back into the grand scheme of things. That's how they pull you right back into the full circle of that abuse cycle. And if you respond, even though you're just defending yourself, if you respond, you're right back in it. You're right back in it. It's kind of like, some of those, I'll say, let's call it a rich person. Someone's trying to smear their reputation and they're telling a lie and they're taking them to court, suing them for money. Basically, the person is lying. They're just trying to extort money from somebody who has it, and they're doing something underhanded to be able to do it. Now, the person who has the money can fight it, or they can say, you know what, let me just pay this fee and make this go away. The way laws and things are set up out here nowadays, criminals sometimes win. Yes, criminals win all the time, just based on the system that we have set up here. So I'm just using that as an example to say the truth doesn't always prevail in every situation. It doesn't. The truth sometimes makes the situation worse. Even though it shouldn't make it worse, but sometimes it does. And I know that sounds a little off, but people, the only way, and this is the other thing, when you're talking about the smear campaign, you're talking about people going online telling everybody your business. I promise you, the narcissists, people are laughing at them. People look at them truly as the worst example of a relationship. And let me tell you why. Because the first thing that people are going to say is, they're going to say to their mate or spouse, honey, if we ever break up, I don't care what we're going through, please, let's not be like them and be all telling everybody on social media all our damn business. Please don't embarrass us like that. That's the first thing that they are saying about the narcissist that's putting all of your business on social media for people that don't even know y'all nor care. You're just a laughingstock. You're basically just a joke to people that they're like, man, oh my gosh, I just don't want to be that. I just don't want to be that. That is just the crazy. And if you participate in that with that narcissist, then it shows that both of you are literally just psycho. Y'all, okay, they both crazy. They both out there just airing out all their dirty laundry. Like, wow. To people that don't give a damn. To people that are laughing at you. And that's what they're doing to the narcissist people. I know that trust me, I know. It is difficult to hold back when somebody is lying on you and just making up stuff about you. They're going to do that. Remember this, though. Everybody who has just a little bit of sense, everybody that has a little bit of sense they listen to the foolery, but at the same time, they're watching you. They're watching and waiting to see if you come back to respond, and you guys going back and forth. No matter what y'all saying, y'all just look like two idiots. When you are the person who stood and said, you know what, I'm not even going to indulge in that craziness, people have a different respect for you. You may not see that at the beginning, but trust, people have a different, they're able to look at you differently because you're not allowing that part of your life to continue to rule in your current life. You know, you figure out a way to turn it into something positive. So just remember, you know, you're not going to be able to go out there and you know, change people's minds after that narcissist puts that smear campaign on you. You're not going to be able to do it. And the narcissist doesn't really want you to know. They don't want you to know that if you ignore them, it just flattens all of their tires. It flattens them. Because you can't fight and argue with somebody that's not fighting you. You can beat up and punch on them and stuff like that. But if they're not fighting you, then that's no fun if you're any kind of human being. Now, if they're just in an empty room and trying to start something, you know, remember, it takes two people to fight. They cannot fight when you won't even acknowledge them. They cannot fight. And you're creating another narcissistic injury. Because when you ignore a narcissist, see, that's what makes them scared. And that's another thing that they don't want you to know. They become scared. They become afraid because they cannot stop reaching out to you. They cannot stop watching you. I don't care if it's a year, 5 years, 10 years. They're watching you. They're watching the moves that you make. They're watching your progression in life. Because at the end of the day, they know if you were a person who was able to escape and turn that whole situation around, move on with your life and love life, that's another narcissistic injury to them. They will never move forward in life. Everybody they dealt with before you, it was a torture chamber for that person. They tortured them. Everybody they deal with after you, exact same thing. A narcissist is not capable of pulling it together, of getting themselves together. A narcissist, and see, this is another thing. You probably didn't even pay attention, but when you met the narcissist, they were dealing with someone else. Now, it may have looked like they were single and free and everything else. They were dealing with other people. A narcissist never is at a point of zero supply. Never. They're never in that place. That's why they juggle so many. Everybody who is healthy in a relationship, they took time. They took time. They dealt with either counseling, coaching, or something to help them get themselves together. People who are healthy minded, they took time to become that way. How could you become healthy and be in a healthy relationship the moment you broke up? They were already in another relationship. They had started it before your relationship was over. So it's not possible for them to be healthy in the new relationship. It's not possible because they haven't done any work. They haven't done anything on their interior. They feel like, hey, they ran off trying to show off. See, I'm not the bad person. I got a relationship. I'm with somebody. Somebody wants to be with me. They're not even thinking that that's proving that they are not relationship material. Relationship material people. This is another thing. Another thing that narcissists say, a narcissistic saying, you ever notice how people tell you when you get in a relationship and you're about to go like get married or something like, or go to the next level? Narcissists want you to be the kind of person to never tell people your business. You should never tell your business. Now, this is what I have to say about that. If you're dealing with somebody who don't, and y'all don't want y'all business out there for people to know your business, you shouldn't be with that person. You know why? Because that's a person who is abusive. That's a person who's making excuses for how trashy they're going to treat you, how sorry they're going to treat you, how they're going to disrespect you behind closed doors. They're not telling you to keep your business to yourself because they're treating you like a queen or treating you like a king somewhere. Hell no. You want me to keep our business to myself? Then give me something to be proud of to keep to myself. Make me glow. Tell that person to make you glow and let you keep that to yourself. Keep those kind of secrets. How good your mate or your spouse is treating you. How they're spoiling you. All of the good fortune that you have. Keep that a secret. Not, this joker tries to, he's a pedophile. He beats me, or she steals money. She's on drugs, or he's this and he. No. And people say, you shouldn't tell your family and friends your business because your family and friends are not going to forgive your partner when you have forgiven your partner. Man, they shouldn't forgive your partner. If your partner's mistreating you, they shouldn't forgive them. Somebody at the table has to hold people accountable. Listen, it's all, we understand that relationships are about forgiving sometimes. But that should not be the premise of a relationship. It's always forgiving somebody for something, for them doing wrong. Why the hell we always gotta have this forgiveness for the wrongdoer? It should never be a situation where you're always having to, let's just overlook the wrong. I know I did wrong. You did wrong. X, Y. It should never be a situation where that's all it is. If you want to hold something behind the scenes, if you don't want everybody in your business in your house, keep your business good business. How about that? How about having good business that nobody can look at, like your family and friends, they'll look at the person and say, wow, you just look so happy. You just look so amazing. They really have got to be treating you incredibly. Not, oh my God, is that a black eye you covering up? Oh my goodness. Did he knock one of your teeth out? That's all I'm saying, people. For the people that are always say that, don't keep that secret, keep your business. Man, those are people who are telling you, yeah, man, it's going to be abusive. Keep that to yourself. It's almost like telling somebody, they molesting people and, there's a killer. They kill somebody. Don't tell. Come on, we got to get to a place in relationships where we start to say, you know what? Nah, that's only for good things that we're going to keep our business to ourselves. Bad things, no, we do want that out. Because when you're making irrational decisions and you're forgiving people for things that they should not be forgiven for, everything isn't forgivable. No, let's stop even thinking like that. That's what stops people from doing wrong. When they know that there's no forgiveness on the other side of that. Like, nah, man, you doing this, you stealing, you cheating, you lying. Nah, we're not going to get past that. And if they know that and they respect you or themselves, then they won't do it. We definitely have to get away from that, people. you know, and, again, a narcissist knows once you realize that they know what they're doing to you, and they are maybe even enjoying taking you through this craziness. When they figure that out, they already know you're gone. They know that the relationship's over. They don't even have a chance at dealing with you anymore. They know the relationship is done. It's over. That's why they run to the next relationship so fast. That's a part of their whole makeup. You feeling sorry for them is the only thing that keeps your relationship together. Because it's surely not how they treat you. It's surely not how they treat you. So, again, I just want to leave you guys with, getting away from that person, the cutoff. Get your cutoff game together. When you get that cutoff game together and you actually cut that narc off and cut them all the way off, that's when you're going to start to see things in your life completely change. So many people are trying to figure out, like, how do I get this pain to go away? How do I stop hurting? How do I stop thinking about the person? How do I stop? It stops when you start loving you. That's why you're hurting. You're hurting because you stopped loving yourself. Yeah. And, your subconscious is like, hey, man, what about us? What about us? What about you? That's your subconscious. The one you just stopped listening to just so you could feel this little thing you thought was happiness with that narc. That pain you feeling, that's your subconscious. That's your inner voice saying, hey, what about us? When are you going to start loving us? So when you get back to you get back to loving you, get back to the self-love, get back to a place of meditation, get back to that warm, beautiful place where you love you and you won't have to go through that anymore. Yeah, of course, you're going to go into relationships, new relationships, and be cautious, and you should be. But you just keep watching the videos, and just educate yourself. Everything is going to work out perfectly. Hey guys, that's my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, like, subscribe, share my video, leave your comments. I'm still running my for my new subscribers that want, some free coaching. I'm doing an hour for my new subscribers. So you have to just leave me a message. I'll go to your message and let you know how to get in contact with me, okay? Thanks again, guys. See you on the next one.